Who doesn't love to travel? People who love to travel rush to different parts of the world whenever they get a chance. There are some remote and awe-inspiring tourist spots in this world, which thrill the wanderlust because of their hauntingly beautiful features. The fear of death is mixed with these places. But ignoring the death, many tourists rush there just for the thrill. Many have chosen those places for the last life. I want to visit there once before I die. Let's know about some of these terrible tourist places. The Danakali Desert. This desert bordering Ethiopia is one of the dangerous tourist destinations. The Danakali Desert is located in Eritrea, Ethiopia. It is one of the hottest places on Earth. The temperature here is around 50 degrees centigrade. There are lava lakes in the middle of the desert. Lava erupts continuously from many places in the middle of the vast desert. Along with that, poisonous gas comes out. This poisonous gas spread in the air, making the air heavy in the whole area. Many people call this desert the place of aliens because of such hostile geological environment. But still there is no shortage of tourists. The beauty of Danakali Desert will mesmerize you. And if you are addicted to photography, then it will fascinate you even more. But you can't go here alone if you want. Must be accompanied by an experienced guide if you want to enjoy this terrifyingly beautiful desert. The Ethiopian government will not allow you to set foot there without an experienced guide. Bikini Atoll. This island full of nuclear radiation is better known as Marshall Island. Apart from its natural beauty, this Bikini Atoll is more talked about because of its nuclear history. On this island, about 70 years ago, in the 1940s, the United States detonated a nuclear bomb. It was the first place where an atomic bomb was detonated after the atomic bombing of Japan. Gradually it became a test center for atomic bomb detonation. The United States detonated 23 atomic bombs on the island, including one in 1954, which was 1,100 times more powerful than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima.
As a result of such continuous nuclear bomb blasts, this island full of immense natural beauty became Death Valley. Even though 70 years have passed since the nuclear explosion, the level of radioactivity there is still very high. But despite all this, the Bikini Atoll has retained its original form, overshadowing the nuclear radiation.
Valley of Death, Kamchatka, Russia. On the eastern side of the Kamchatka Peninsula in Russia lies the Kahanik volcano. The Valley of Death is formed at its foot. Death Valley in Kamchatka, Russia is a good place for those who like to be alone, who like a secluded environment. But stay here for a while and you will start feeling dizzy, sick. The poisonous air here will quickly kill you. The toxic gases from the volcanoes are what make the air here so toxic. Because of this poisonous gas, life is impossible here. According to a study, animals and birds die mainly because of the high concentration of poisonous gas. Mainly gases like hydrogen sulfide, carbon dioxide have poisoned the air here. After hearing all this, some of the photography here might make you want to run there right away. Death Valley, USA. Death Valley in California, USA is a very familiar name to mystery lovers. The beauty of this one of the most mysterious place in the world cannot be compared. But this is the hottest place on Earth. The highest temperature recorded was 134 degrees Fahrenheit or 56.7 degrees Celsius in July 1913. Then in 1972, the surface temperature was recorded at about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. The temperature in Death Valley beats the deserts of the Middle East. But still around 4 lakh people flock to see the mysterious Death Valley every year. There is a history behind the naming of Death Valley. It is said that in 1849, a group of gold prospectors crossed the Death Valley Desert to search for gold in California. On the way, one of the passengers fell ill due to extreme heat and the rest returned from the brink of death with great difficulty. One of them, looking back from the brink of death, says, "Goodbye, Death Valley." From there it was named Marutia Uthiaka, Death Valley. Snake Island in Brazil. It is one of the most dangerous places on Earth. This Brazilian island can be called the paradise of snakes. All the poisonous snakes of the world live here. According to a study, An average of 5 snakes live here per square meter. There are many stories about this mysterious place. Here you can see all the terrible snakes, which no one has ever seen anywhere else in the world. Bad news for those who are thinking of setting foot on Brazil's Snake Island. Because the Brazilian government has banned the arrival of visitors to this dangerous island. To the local people, this place is simply a place of death. Many natives tried to set foot here, but it ended in death. Madidi National Park, Bolivia. Located in Bolivia, this park is capable of driving any wanderlust crazy. At first sight, it would not be bad to spend the rest of your life here. But in reality it is a terrible place. All the poisonous and dangerous plants of the world will be found here. These plants are so poisonous that even a slight touch causes itching in the human body and respiratory distress. Any small wound on the body can be infected by the parasite here. Even death is inevitable upon contact with some plants. The Road of Death, Bolivia. The North Yungas Road is a 43-mile road connecting La Paz and Coroico, 35 miles northeast of La Paz in Bolivia. Famous for its extreme danger, it was christened as the world's most dangerous road in 1995 by the Inter-American Development Bank. The single lane width, extreme drop-offs, and lack of guardrails only add to the danger lurking behind. Further, the fog and rain can make visibility poor and the road surface muddy, loosening rocks from the hillsides above. It is estimated that 200 to 300 travelers are killed per year on this treacherous road. Although, the old North Yungas Road is much less used by traffic nowadays, an increasing number of adventure bikers travel it for the thrills. Mount Huashan, China. Located near the city of Huayin in Shaanxi Province, about 120 kilometers east of Xizian. It is the western mountain of the 5 great mountains of China and has a long history of religious significance. Originally classified as having 3 peaks, in modern times it is classified as having 5 main peaks, the highest of which is the South Peak at 2,154.9 meters. The route up the mountain has been called one of the most dangerous hikes in the world. As tourism has boomed and the mountain's accessibility vastly improved with the installation of the cable car in the 1990s, visitor numbers have surged. The many exposed, narrow pathways with precipitous drops gave the mountain a deserved reputation for danger, although safety measures, such as cutting deeper pathways, building up stone steps and wider paths, and adding railings, have to some extent mitigated the danger. The local government has opened new tracks and created one-way routes on some of the more dangerous parts so that, barring crowds and icy conditions, the mountain can be scaled without extreme risk now. Some of the most precipitous tracks have been closed off. The former trail leading along a cliff face from the North Peak to the South Peak was known as being extremely dangerous. There is now a new and safer stone-built path to the South Peak Temple and onto the peak itself. Mount Everest. Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world. Climbing the world's highest peak is quite a thrill for mountaineers. This journey is as expensive as it is dangerous. The height of Mount Everest is about 8,850 meters or 29 feet. It is the highest place in the world. Hence it is also called the roof of the world. Physical fitness is most important for climbing Mount Everest. Climbing Everest is one of the scariest journeys in the world. There is no guarantee that people will return alive during the journey. There are several steps to climb to the top of Everest, where there is danger of loss of life at every moment. Because while climbing the snow-covered mountains, any mountaineer can fall into the situation of glacier cracks, sudden avalanches, etc. Avalanche kills the most climbers. A total of 350 climbers have lost their lives trying to conquer Everest since 1922. The dead bodies of these climbers who lost their lives on Everest lie there for years. Because the body weight of a mountaineer lying in the snow almost triples there. In this situation it becomes almost impossible to get them down from the mountain. It is even surprising to know that about 30% of dead bodies on Everest are those of rescuers who went to rescue dead climbers. On the way up to Everest there is a place called Death Zone. Countless climbers fell to their deaths at the place. El Caminito del Rey. Let's take a look at El Caminito del Rey in the list of dangerous tourist places in the world. This Del Rey is a gruesome death street in the Malaga region of Spain. A road built about 300 feet above the ground. This path was created during the restoration work of Gatanggio Rl Falls. This road was used to bring raw materials. Another name of this road is King's Roadway. In 1921, King Alfonso VIII opened this road and got this name. This route was closed for some days because several visitors died while traveling. However, this road has been opened for everyone after renovation. The current path may not be as dire as the previous two. But you know, where the tiger is afraid, the night falls. Yes, the place is also incredibly beautiful. The 25-mile-long trail takes you up a 45-degree incline. Although the road has been built some, but what is the danger? If you cross this road very carefully, you can enjoy some amazing time. Friends, today's video will be seen so far in a new video on a different topic.